up? I haven't been around in a while. Did you guys miss me? I missed you, that's for sure. Anyway, lots been going on. Haven't been able to sit down and do some videos, and besides, really, the crypto prices have been pretty flat up until, what was it, Friday maybe? We had a $1,000 increase in Bitcoin in about, less than an hour. Yes, it is volatile. Very, very, very volatile. Lots been going on though. Tax season is over, so there is some speculation that people have been selling off their Bitcoin to pay for their gains. Whether it's true, I don't know. We still don't know where our government truly stands because the CFTC calls it a commodity, the Securities Exchange Commission, also known as the SEC, calls it a security. The IRS, they just want to tax it because they're calling it, capital gains, as far as how, they're calling it an asset that is just going to, we're doing it on speculation that the price is going to increase or decrease. Who knows? Who really knows? There is one tool that if you guys are interested, it's called cointracker.io. And it was created by two guys that were investing in cryptocurrencies and got tired of tracking things in a spreadsheet and waiting forever for things to load. It may be something you may want to look into for 2018, but again, we don't know where things are headed with taxes and the IRS, and who the heck knows what will end up happening. So we'll just hang in there. Litecoin Cash. I will be doing another video on that, but if you guys are interested, if you have iOS, Coinomi is a great little wallet. Probably a really, really good wallet to use because it can act as a great wallet for all of your cryptocurrencies that you want to trade around and move around. So we can import our private keys in there from whatever wallet that you move them to. Most of you, if you followed me, I told you to use Jax because I trusted it and it was easy to use. So Android and iOS, Coinomi is finally out for iOS, so we can do that. I will do a video on that again, just to give you guys a heads up on how to claim your Litecoin Cash. What am I going to do with mine? I don't know yet. I don't know. When it hit Yobit, that first week it was trading for $9. Maybe I'll wait. I don't know. As it hits more exchanges, we should see the price increase. That's what typically happens. So who knows? So what I wanted to show you guys is something that I kind of hit me the other day as what has happened over the past, 8, 9 years of Bitcoin's price. Is there some type of rhythm? Is there some type of heartbeat to the price of Bitcoin? Does it repeat itself? Does it go up and come down the same way at the same time? Is it close to doing that? Is it going to do something like that? Now, there were things that happened that kind of threw, people wanting to use Bitcoin or the price going up throughout its history. But we all know that, as Bitcoin rises, everything else rises, and it's because it's traded that way. So lots of your trades are based off of, Satoshi. So when you go to an exchange, you're going to need Bitcoin, or you're going to deposit whatever other crypto you have, exchange it for Bitcoin, and then trade to whatever else you want. That's usually the way most people will trade. Now, many of your exchanges will offer other trading pairs, Ethereum. Some are offering Litecoin. Some of them are doing USD Tether. We still don't know what's going on with that whole shebang. I don't know when they audit it if they're going to have all the money to back it up. So the way Tether works is there should be one USD dollar or euro backing up every Tether token. It's done so people that trade can use that to hedge to get in and out of trades and not worry about losing money by moving it into another crypto. So who knows what will happen? Time will tell, I guess. So I'm going to show you this price chart I found on 99bitcoins.com. And I'm going to shrink it down and go through this year to year and see if you guys um, can see any type of pattern that I anticipated seeing. So here we are. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. Shut up, Siri. Alright, so we are looking at the price now for 2010. So, does this look like anything that happened in November? So this is starting all the way back in, this isn't quite the inception of Bitcoin, but we're talking about July 18th, 17th, 2010. Bitcoin was at 5 cents. And they went through and marked different events that happened here. So you can see here at Mt. Gox, which was hacked, but it opened up in 2010. When we get to the 7 Bitcoin protocol bug caused a hard fork. We learned about what hard forks do. But that was a good test to test out hard forks and see how they happen. But I want you to look up here. When we got up here to November, we shot straight up. Okay, keep that in mind as we move through the years here. But now we're going to move for 2011. Let's move this over. It's coming along here. Oh, here we go. Here's January 2011 to January 2012. Now we're getting into May, right? That's the end of April. We get into May, and look what the price is doing. Shoots sky high up in June. I'm going to show you that Bitcoin kind of did the same thing last year. Alright, so you can see how this shoots up. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar with this, but they call it the Wall Street cheat sheet. We'll take a look at it here so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Any asset that gets traded, we would just view this image. Any asset that gets traded typically follows this pattern. Starts off with disbelief, I don't know what will happen. That kind of happened with Bitcoin when it first started. Then there was some hope as the price went up. Then optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, oh my gosh, we're genius, we're all going to be rich. And then people just kind of hang out and get complacent, and then the price drops, and then panic sets in, and then we go flat and have some dips. And people think it's done. Bitcoin's going to die. Bitcoin is dead. And every time they say it's dead, and we get a little bit of an oomph, maybe like we just had, and then we're not sure what's going on. Look, so disbelief is over here on the right. We come back over here to disbelief, and then we start climbing that mountain again, and the bulls start coming in. And I really don't care what chartist you find on YouTube, because there's very, very many good ones out there. I would honestly suggest finding guys that look at different tools or use different things so you get a good grasp on what could be happening. None of these guys that do technical analysis or can see into the future and tell you exactly what's going to happen. They're looking at it, analyzing it, and saying, well, if the price hits here, or there's not enough momentum, or there's not enough volume, or the RSI, or the 50-day moving average, or whatever. There's a lot of things, Elliott wave, Fibonacci, there's lots of things that they tie into it, trying to make a good assumption or a guess on what the next move will happen. But you can go through and find some decent people out there on YouTube and look at their charts. But again, this is 2011. We shoot way up in July, And then we hang out, and we didn't really do much in that November, December time frame. But you could see, I mean, imagine in 2011, Bitcoin is 30 bucks, right? All right, so let's move on to 2012. So we get all the way up to 13, right there. All right, so now we're looking at 2012, right? January, it's been kind of flat, hanging around $4 or $5 most of the year in 2012, right? For the first 6 months. And then as we get into the fall, we get into July, and then it shoots up. Now, the positive part here with 2012 is Bitcoin was gaining that momentum, and it kept that momentum. Even though it stayed flat around that 11, 10, 11, $12 range, it hung out right there, right? And let's look at what happened here. Bitcoin's savings and trust halts payments. I wonder what was up with that. WordPress accepted Bitcoin, and then they had halving day, so Bitcoin's rewards probably halved at that point. All right, let's take a look at 2013. Okay, looks like we had some nice jumps here in 2012, we're talking like $10 most of the time, right? And I mean, 2013 in January, $13. We're moving along. We get into that time frame of March, right? We're down here at $14, cruising along, slowly gaining momentum, gaining more momentum, getting into March and April, and we hit over $100 in middle of April, right? Increased trading volume breaks Mt. Gox. So Mt. Gox couldn't handle all the trading anymore. What happens? They shut down for a little bit. Obviously, the price is going to have to come down because people are trading it. What happens here? DHS seizure warrant against Mt. Gox, so Mt. Gox is getting some crap again. And then we're just hanging out most of 2013. But look what happens again. We get to November. Ooh, we're climbing that mountain all the way up to $1,000. Now, think about this, folks. My goodness, down here around $10 in January, all the way up, crypto, to over $1,000. Uh, family or friends, if you're watching this, I hope you're watching this and you're still sitting there wondering when, why, how. I don't understand this crypto stuff. I don't trust it. Look at the price from each year. Bitcoin's price has done nothing but continue to increase. There's a number of factors of why that happens. People start seeing the use factor. People are adopting it because it's a better way to do transactions. There's no permission. I don't have to go sign up with a bank account and say, hey, I want to use Bitcoin. I just acquire it from somebody, give them some money, exchange, whatever. But I don't need to give them all my information. Yes, you might have to give Coinbase all your information to buy some, but after that, you don't need permission to use it. Nobody's telling you how much you can or can't use to buy stuff with. But anyway, there's January. Get all the way up to that 1,000, and then we head into January, and it's like we dipped there, right? Had a dip down to $500. Then the bulls came in and drove it back up close to 1,000. So let's see what happens in 2014. 2014, what happened? A lot of things happened in 2014. Some more cryptos came on board. Alright, so 2014, we get up, we're hanging around 800, drop down to 700, 600. Here we go. Mt. Gox finally closes in February 2014. Some major exchanges were hit with denial of service tax, so people are just spamming the crap out of it. Newsweek claims Dorian Nakamoto is Bitcoin's creator. Wow. Where was I at? I'll tell you where I was at, folks, in 2014. I was sitting in a classroom teaching some students, probably web design, and I said, hey, here's an article about Newsweek claiming they found who the creator of Bitcoin is. It's Dorian Nakamoto. And I never took the time to read the white paper. Had I done that, I probably would have figured out, well, I'm going to follow the price of this thing, see if it goes down, and maybe I'll buy some more or buy some of it. IRS declares Bitcoin to be taxed as a property. That's what the IRS declares it as. I call it an asset. They call it property. You could kind of call buying Bitcoin property. You're buying real estate basically on the blockchain. You own it. I mean, people want some of it. Yes, I don't know. Chinese exchanges, bank accounts closed. Man, driving the price down. We still didn't crush it. We still couldn't drive that thing down to $10 or zero. Mining pool ghash.io reaches 51% over the attack. They could own it. U.S. Marshals Service auctions 29,656 seized bitcoins that they got off of people that were using it for illegal activities. And New York DFS releases proposed bit license. So if you live in New York and you want to do anything with Bitcoin, you need a bit license. I don't get it. PayPal subsidiary Braintree to accept Bitcoin. The slaying of Bearwell. I don't know anything about that. I'll have to look that up. But you can see price kind of hangs up. But we were at 1,000, right? Well, look, and we pulled back throughout the entire year, right? We did have a little pump here in July, and then we pulled back, and we didn't have that run up in November. But we had that the previous year, the run up in November, but the year before that we didn't, right? So let's take a look at 2015. Maybe we have a run up in November. Could this be a little run up in November? 2015. There we are. 2015, hang around $200. Another thing we need to get straight. You folks that are just getting started in crypto and you're like, wow, I kind of think this stuff is cool. Yeah, we're going to make financial gains. But look how long some people waited. Yeah, the price is hanging around 200. Maybe it just stays around $200. Maybe that's what I'm thinking it's going to do, right? It's been hanging out there in 2015, and then what happens in November? Around $200. We hit November, and we hit a high in November of 383. So 150 some dollars. Get up into January, and we get back up to $461. Again, we're seeing a jump in November, heading, into the December, January time. I haven't looked at 2016, but I could probably guess that it probably went flat through the springtime. So let's take a look. Alright. Oh, well, we went flat. We didn't drop. We got up to 400 and we stayed there until we hit April and May, and then we finally came up. And we bounced around all through the summer. Heading into the fall up, we got in November. We started climbing that mountain. Here come the bulls. Here come the bulls. Now, we all know what happened in 2017. I mean, this was massive. Massive. And that's when myself and I realized that the importance of this whole blockchain cryptocurrency protocol that was invented by the creator or creators or developers of Bitcoin. The blockchain, the permissionless, disintermediated, the trustless part of it. I mean, there's so much good about it that makes it harder to hack this way. I mean, Bitcoin's been around for how long? It hasn't been hacked. Exchanges have been hacked. People who own it have been hacked. but the blockchain hasn't been hacked. And if it has been hacked or there was a bug and they had to hard fork it, they did, right? But again, here, we'll take a look at January. Yep, hanging around $700-800 in January. February climbing up in the thousands, right? March 1200. April 1200. Head into May. May is when I bought my first Bitcoin. I want to say it's right around this time. It was right around 17. Maybe right around here. Maybe I was when I bought mine. And that was early May, and then it climbed. And it climbed slowly but steadily. June, heading into July, August, hitting 4,000. And then we come back down from 4,000. And then we go back up and hit 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, down to 6,000. What happened in November? Hello, November. Oh, hey, everyone had Thanksgiving and we talked about it with everybody. Well, I'm going to buy some of that Bitcoin. When did you buy it? Oh, I bought it back here in May when it was $1,700. Oh, what's the price of it now? Oh, wow, dang, I don't want to miss out. It's all the way up to 8,000. I better go buy some. Boom! Here we go. Here we go. All the way up to 19,500. Back here, we were less than 1,000. 19 times, 20 times your money. A 20 times increase in your money. Where are you going to see it? 2,000 times your increase in your money. Right? And we know what's going on right now. We know what's going on right now. We're in 2018. What the heck's going on? Those are the dates. Sorry, trying to get there to January 1st. So we came down. And we came down. We had lower highs and lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Right? We're heading into April. We're heading out of April into May, folks. Based off of what I just showed you. Is Bitcoin dead? No. Is Bitcoin going to go lower? I can't say that it won't go lower. I can only anticipate that it's going to increase in value, but who knows? I don't know if you guys follow Tone Vase or not, but he's been in trading with Bitcoin for a while and does a lot of charts. You can follow him on YouTube. And his price predictions are usually pretty good, and he's kind of like an if this, then that. So if this happens, then that should happen. We just had a little run up here, right? Friday we had that $1,000 run up from 6,800, 6,900 all the way up to 8,000. Now, what I'm hearing is if Bitcoin can't maintain above 8,100 or 8,500, somewhere around that for a few days, and it drops back down, we may see lower Bitcoin prices. I would love to see lower Bitcoin prices because I'll buy more. Because everything else is going to come down in price too. Great time to buy. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. Here's the deal. I can almost guarantee you that the prices of all these cryptos are going to go up. Because all these companies that develop things for the Ethereum blockchain, all these companies that are trying to work and do things with other cryptocurrencies. For example, Litecoin has a lot going on with it. They have Abra. If you guys are interested, you should check that app out. It's great. I've used it to purchase some crypto already. It's awesome. But they're switching their back end to using Litecoin. So basically, they purchase the amount of Litecoin that they need to cover the price of whatever cryptos that they offer on their platform. They're going to need to buy a crap load of Litecoin. Bitcoin has things going on for it. There's a lot of people still looking at different ways to use it. The Lightning Network is being built out massively right now. It's growing very massively. If you want to look up the Lightning Network, please do. Look at both sides. There's When I look at stuff, I always want to hear the devil's advocate side of this new technology. But I also like to trust people that are very educated in this area. And one person I always go to is Andreas Antonopoulos. He studies this stuff upside down, inside out, upside down, backwards, and explains it so anyone can understand it. So I usually trust his opinion a little more than other people that are just trying to make claims or try to be trolls against it, or that are trying to push Bitcoin Cash, um, as being better than Bitcoin. I like them both. I like them both equally. I own both. I think they're both fantastic. There's a place for both of them. We as a crypto community need to stop trolling and shilling and all this other pump and dump crap and just support all the cryptos out there that are trying to do something, trying to solve a problem and make this whole area a better place so the adoption comes on. We're still in that innovation stage, but there's still a ton of things that are going to be announced this year. And like I said, a lot of those ERC20 tokens, the companies that needed to raise money so they could do something on the blockchain, starting here in May and June and July and heading into the fall, these companies are going to be basically in full swing, and they're going to be doing things that are going to change the way stuff has always been done. It's going to improve things massively. So the use case of cryptos is going to increase massively. I think the adoption of it will start taking over. So do your due diligence, check things out. Um, don't take anything I say as financial advice. But I'm loading the boat. Anytime I get extra money, I'm loading the boat because I know where this stuff is going. If you're a non-believer, I encourage you to do the research, study this stuff, read whatever you need to read. Listen to YouTube videos of people that sound like they know what the heck they're talking about or what's going on. All right. So I just want to go over the Bitcoin charts here with you, the year-to-year Bitcoin charts. Thought maybe you guys would find it useful, or maybe to validate or just to illustrate that there is kind of a rhythm of this stuff. It doesn't follow it exactly, but you could see, in that springtime, there usually was a nice little run-up, depending on what was going on in the space at that time. Was something being hacked? Was there a FUD? We've got to stop spreading FUD. We need to encourage things. So I wanted to cover that with you guys. Hopefully it was useful. Uh, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you don't want to subscribe, because if you're like me, I subscribe to a lot of different channels. And I hit the bell because I don't want to miss anything. I want to be fed information. Feed me more. At least hit the like button if you like what I showed you. And then maybe this video gets in the eyes of more people. And share it wherever you can. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.